Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence, and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hardest and top topics, broadcasting live and direct from Zimbabwe, Africa. Now, what are we seeing here? Anti-Zanu PF, anti-Mnangagwa protests planned in Botswana. Why are these protests happening? Elections rigging allegations. Remember, this month, Botswana holds an election, and former President Khama is going to be contesting in this election. Earlier on, we saw the former President of Botswana, Khama, speaking on these allegations.
So that's why my CCO na bato ma Zimbabwe tena mo Botswana ka o mangela ba tshotse di manza bone he gore patanela tsa rona ha ba tsena ka ora gona o make sare ga gona me bonja ba Batswana ga ba no thopa tomkrag. So a kopa thuso Ponte, Zanu PF. Last week, Kibonye Modi Pampiring, happy last week, Zimbabwe, Anatopa, Modi Toponza, Mozambique. Mozambique, Banatori di Topo last week.
Then he mentions the Mozambique allegations. Now we see this. Khama accuses Zanu PF of infiltrating Botswana to rig elections. Former Botswana President Khama has accused the ruling party Zanu PF of infiltrating Botswana in order to rig elections. He was saying this at a rally in his nation. Recently, Khama was in exile from Botswana. We're going to talk about why he was in exile. But right about now, let's continue with this one here. We see a post by Joseph Kalibwe from Zambia here. On Facebook.com, he writes, Zanu PF members are in Botswana campaigning for BDP. They say they will be teaching the ruling parties both of Botswana and Namibia on holding free and fair elections. Then we see this allegation on Namibia. This is posted by Hopo Chimono, and it reads, Zimbabwean controversial businessman Chivhayo has won a tender to supply all election materials in Namibia in a 60 million deal, according to sources in the Namibian government. Chivhayo is also involved in another controversial election materials deal in Zimbabwe, which led to fall out with these associates. These associates, Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu, have since been jailed without bail on charges related to a corrupt scheme in which they looted millions intended for goods meant to be distributed in rural communities. Namibia elections are on 27 November. That is next month. Now we're seeing this, as Hopo want to put it here. He says this is according to sources in the Namibian government, right? Sources in the Namibian government. This is almost contrary to what we had seen here in this article, which reads, Chivhayo linked rain from CC wins 60 million contract to print ballot papers in Namibia. So if Rainfom is the company whose name is on the contracts with Namibia, then it's possible that if it's Chivhayo's deal, he may have just used this company. Remember, there are millions of dollars involved here. Now, on the protests, we see this poster here, Umbrella for Democratic Change, March to Zimbabwe Embassy, date 26th of October 2024, the march against Zimbabwe involvement in Botswana general elections rigging. That is another political party, the opposition political party in Botswana. That is not the Khama political party. Rather, this one is another political party there from Botswana. So we're just going to be looking a bit into this political party. Who owns it and how significant is it? Now, respect to everybody who's watching us live right now. To those watching us live, you can write a comment in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how I can see your names, so I can give you my shout outs. Now, this party that is planning this protest is Umbrella for Democratic Change, and this is the leader there. The one holding the microphone is the leader of this political party. The Umbrella for Democratic Change is a significant political coalition in Botswana, and it was formed in November 2012. It is composed of various opposition parties, including Botswana National Front and the Botswana Movement for Democracy (BMD) and the Botswana People's Party (BPP), among many others. This coalition was established with the primary goal of uniting opposition forces to challenge the long-standing dominance of Botswana Democratic Party in national elections. Now, how big is this political party? Now, the UDC was created in anticipation of the 2014 general elections that would be 2 years earlier on in 2012, aiming to consolidate opposition votes against PDP in those elections, and the UDC would manage to get 17 seats in the National Assembly, while the BDP maintained its majority with 37 seats. But despite this setback, the UDC formation marked a significant shift in Botswana's political landscape by presenting a unified front against the ruling party. So the guys managed to get 17 seats. That is 35.88% of the total vote. In fact, 17 seats in the 2014, that is 30% of the total votes, 17 out of 57 seats. Then in 2019 election, the coalition performance slightly declined, garnering 35.88% of the votes by securing only 15 seats. And the leader is Duma Boko. Now, Ian Khama, had been on exile, then he would return back to Botswana. Before his presidency, Ian Khama was a military man, and he was educated at the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst, and he became a brigadier general at the young age of 24 and was appointed commander of the Botswana Defense Forces in 1989. His military career was marked by various honors, including Distinguished Service Medal. He would enter politics in 1998 when he became vice president under President Festus Mogae. Then he would assume the presidency in 2008 after winning the elections in both 2009 and 2014. His administration focused on economic diversification and development, but faced criticism for issues related to corruption and human rights. Ian Khama's father was president the time he was in the military, and his name is Seretse Khama. Now, after leaving office, Khama's relationship with his successor, President Mogwesi Masasi, soared, leading to public disputes and allegations of authoritarianism against Masisi. And in 2021, Khama went into self-imposed exile in South Africa amid claims that his life was in danger and that there was plots against him. But in September 2024, Ian Khama would return to Botswana. that was a surprise return to Botswana after nearly 3 years away. He appeared in court to face multiple charges, including money laundering and illegal possession of firearms. Khama has denied these allegations, asserting they are politically motivated persecutions by Masisi's administration. And his return coincides with the upcoming general elections on October 30, where he plans to campaign for his new political party, the Botswana Patriotic Front, BPF. Now, he remains a significant figure in Botswana political landscape. So, what are the chances of Ian Khama winning the presidential election? What are his chances of winning the Botswana election? Enough respect to Shupitzi. Says keep on dishing us some raw news, my bro. You are doing a great job. Kudos. Thank you very much for that positive feedback. Now, what are the chances of the Botswana Patriotic Front and Ian Khama winning the election in Botswana? Reactions to the Botswana Patriotic Front have been mixed, reflecting the party's relativity, recently establishment, and its association with former President Ian Khama. Now, support base from Khama's base, the BPF has garnered support primarily from Khama's loyalists and those disillusioned with the current administration under President Mokgweetsi Masisi. Many supporters of the Botswana Patriotic Front, many supporters view Botswana Patriotic Front as a vehicle for promoting democratic values and addressing governance issues that they believe have deteriorated since Khama's presidency. Recent electoral performance in 2019 general elections, the BPF received about 4.3% of the vote and secured 3 seats in the National Assembly, all located in Khama's home region and central district. This performance indicates a localized but significant support base. However, it also highlights challenges in expanding its appeal beyond the region. So, 4.3% in 2019. Now it's 2024. After 3 years, are we going to see a significant shift? His chances are very slim, but maybe he may work out the Jacob Zuma miracle we saw happening in South Africa. How about Duma Boko? What are his chances of winning the Botswana elections? And then, on that note, how does President Emmerson Mnangagwa and the Botswana current president Mokgweetsi Masisi relate? How do these guys relate to each other? We saw the umbrella for democratic change, which Boko leads, maintain a cohesive coalition, and recently they got 34% of the vote, which is a very significant. So there is a chance, but the chance is not greater than that of Mokgweetsi Masisi. Of course, where there is public discontent regarding governance issues under President Mokgweetsi Masisi, the lack of an entirely united opposition may hinder Boko's ability to capitalize on these sentiments effectively. The political rivalry between Khama and Masisi continues to overshadow the electoral landscape, potentially diverting attention from Boko's campaign. And now Boko is leading a protest against Zimbabwe's involvement at the Zimbabwe embassy there in Botswana, and this is said to be happening on 26 October the year 2024. The relationship between President Mokgweetsi Masisi and Zimbabwe President Emerson Mnangagwa. So we saw last month Zanu PF pledging their allegiance to Mokgweetsi Masisi and pledging to support him, pledging to support Mokgweetsi Masisi. But in general, how is their relationship and how do they relate? Masisi has actively sought to strengthen bilateral relationships with Zimbabwe, emphasizing cooperation in various sectors such as agriculture, education, and security. During a recent visit to Zimbabwe, he publicly supported the removal of Western sanctions against Zimbabwe, framing them as detrimental not only to Zimbabwe but also to Botswana. Both leaders have made affirming statements about their friendship and cooperation. Masisi described their relationship as strong and rooted in shared revolutionary ideals, while Mnangagwa welcomed Masisi's visit as a sign of good relationship between the two countries. Historical context: the relationship between Botswana president and Zimbabwe's president was forced during Khama's presidency. In fact, the relationship between Botswana and Zimbabwe was forced during Khama's presidency due to his critical stance towards Mnangagwa's government. However, the current dynamics under Masisi mark a significant shift from that era, with both leaders expressing desire for closer collaboration. Political implications: analysts suggest that the camaraderie between Masisi and Mnangagwa reflects a broader regional alignment among leaders who share similar political ideologies and face challenges from opposition forces within their countries. The relationship could have implications for regional stability and cooperation in Southern Africa. Now, as we see Botswana prepare for elections on 30 October 2024, will the relationship between Mnangagwa and Masisi influence regional political dynamics and cooperation on issues which are varied? Only time will tell what happens next. Enough respect to Wolfgang. Says, I once did a project in Zim. Reporting is direct to the current president. Believe me, Zimbabwe don't have a president. Instead, they have got a mafia cartel. That is Wolfgang there. With that, I'm going to sign out. Once again, Dr. Clarence, TV7 Live. As always, thank you for watching and I'm out.